a little over a week ago, this woman came onto TikTok and she was talking to us about what it was like to be married to a significantly older man. The relationship was very quick. She didn't have a place to live, and since she was Christian, she didn't really want to shack up. This man had a son. He was a single dad, and then basically she was feeling like the help. She was married for a short period of time, and then basically this man was seemingly emotional or mentally abusive and asked for a divorce. I'll make sure to, if you're on my TikTok page, I will just attach her videos so you can see her original videos. If you're on my YouTube page, it just this video that I posted on February 10th just all of a sudden started trending again. I don't know why. So I happened to look to see if she had an update. And she did happen to have an update. So here she is giving her update where she is as far as working with her relationship and all of that. And one of the things that we really, really need to talk about is how women are using religion and how men can move on us when we are desperate. And some of this goes to how we are raising our daughters, because in these sets of videos, she's talking about how she was raised to serve. And then she's talking about God. And, you know, there are so many things going on in the world. We got so much food insecurity, sexual trafficking. We got wars. We have all kind of people being taken out daily. But these folks really believe that God is worried about their dating life. And like God is supposed to show them their dating life. But if God, their God, this all powerful God is not helping out women and girls that are being raped and can't stop people from being blown to smithereens and can't stop some of these whole regions being taken out. Why is this powerful God concerned about folks getting married and dating? That's just one of my things. Can we just stop with this narrative that God is really involved with folks' dating life when the same omnipresent, all powerful God can't help women and girls not be unalived and raped? I just wanted to put that up. But anyway, this woman is safe. If you're on TikTok, I'm just going to attach the video. If you, I'm sorry, in the caption, if you're on my YouTube, I'm just going to squish it together. Oh, one more thing. She has some weird feedback or like she's rubbing the mic against something. Don't turn away. Just keep listening to it. The sound goes away. All right, listen to the video.
Hey. So, I took the job that my husband told me not to take, thank God, because he also messaged me like a day after I left and said that he's done with me, but we can remain like, well, I could be his sister in Christ, and he's not paying my bills. He'll be cutting off the credit card on March 15th. So, I'm so happy I decided to message that guy, like, because I could tell that when he interviewed me, he knew that I was unsure. But once I saw how things were going, I messaged him and I said, hey, I'll take that job. And I love it. It's so good. So happy that I took it. Yes, I have seen my husband since then, but it hasn't been to just like see him. He's been ignoring me. I haven't heard from him. He'll tell me to call him, and if I call, he doesn't answer, or he'll say he'll call me and then he doesn't call me. I cried like a few days. Like, it's just to come to grips with the fact that like someone you thought loved you doesn't love you. It's crazy. It's so crazy. But then it's like you think about everything and you're like, wait, this is all lining up. Like, he did not love me. That's wild. And yeah, Valentine's Day was so hard for me because I was just like, wow, another year. Like, I picked the wrong person. My family's giving me a balloon and just like little goodies, and I'm like, they're always coming through. But every year it's like, I guess every single year is just like, wow, you picked a loser again. You picked the wrong man again. Someone who couldn't show you love and appreciation after everything you've done. It's crazy. I'm just, basically it's like I'm starting over. So I went to his house to pick up a few days ago to pick up my clothes, the rest of my clothes on my lunch break. And all of a sudden now he wants to talk. And he was just saying he's like, everything's about my son. I love him more than myself. I love him more than you. I love him more than everyone. He'll always be first. And I won't be with someone who says that they don't like my son or something like that. And I said, what are you talking about? I said, I never said that. And he's like, oh yeah, well, something. I don't know what the rebuttal was, but it's almost as if he convinced himself that I said some things and convinced himself that like I didn't like his son, which is weird because like even though his son hasn't been the most respectful person, it's because his dad didn't teach him. And then also his son and I have been starting to get along a little more. Like I just think that he finally was getting used to me, but it's like every time that my husband would see that the family's starting to come together, he'd sabotage or ruin it real bad. So anyway, he was just saying all that about his son, his son's mom, his son's mom. And then he said, and another thing, you try to force me to kiss you by saying give me a kiss, but I'd like to kiss you whenever I want to kiss you, something like that. And I just felt like that was the most random thing I had ever heard, but I was just like, okay. And then I left and I went to work because I was on an hour break. And then trying to think, that was basically it. And then I basically just like had a dream that told me that basically I had a dream that told me that it wasn't about his son. He was just trying to make it seem like it was as an excuse, but it was really just about like the fact that he just didn't want to be with me, and that his son was like looking at everything and how he was treating me, and he was like learning from that bad behavior. It's so crazy how this man told me not to take that job, and then he's like, I'm not taking care of you anymore. Is wild. I'm so happy I did. Like, I have to say one thing about being with a provider man taught me, you better be able to provide your own, or get a man who you know is not going to abuse the power of being able to be your sole provider. Oh my goodness, it's so important that you know that this man will not exercise financial abuse, that he will not use that power against you. You have to know he's a really good guy. You really do. And if you're unsure of that, just be able to provide for yourself. Seriously, it's not all cracked up to whatever they say. I don't even know how to say that. It's not all cracked up to what it's supposed to be. It's just not. I didn't really get that much money. I just got like enough to like pay my bills, and then like I'd have like a little extra, and then I had his credit card. So I guess it was good, but if it's like you're afraid to say something, or you're afraid to like voice your concern or opinion about something because you're like he's gonna like give me a hard time about paying for something, then you know that you're in a financially abusive situation. But anyway, I think I'm just finally like, my heart broke a few different times during this process, like just like the realization, of everything was crazy. But like I saw a quote that said it's so true. Some things break your heart to fix your vision. And I feel like that's where I am. I'm starting over. My vision's being fixed. He wants me to fall flat on my face, and he wants me to come crawling back, and it's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So that's basically a little update of what's going on. I don't know what's going on with this. It's so hard for me to say the word divorce or even mention it because what in the world? Never thought that would be my portion. So to be continued.
Some of the comments on this: girl, trust God. Self love is important. God protected you. Great update. This person says, I'm sorry you went through this. I went through some of those same things verbatim. You're going to feel so much better soon. This person says, glad you got out and congrats on the new job. I was always taught to never give anyone the keys to your entire life, being dependent upon them. This person says, a lot of men want women to be solely dependent on them so that they can treat you any kind of way and be able to do whatever they want. Ladies, don't do this. Exactly. And that's one of the things I want to take away from this. We have got to stop letting them take control of everything. Stop just willingly giving them all of your independence. Stop solely depending on them. I do. Stop it. Just submitting your life to these people that can just snatch it away. If you give somebody the ability to feed you, they have the capacity to starve you as well. Stop doing this. It is just not ending well. This is These same people can just kick you out when they want to, and it's not a good situation. This woman says, I don't understand why women without kids get with men that have children. I will never understand. I would never deal with a man that with kids. Y'all are crazy. This person says, in these situations, women often like to blame the children, but essentially it's a husband's problem. These men shouldn't force the woman to be a replacement mother to the child because that's only going to cause resentment both ways. And women have got to stop taking up the slack for these men. They never have to properly learn how to do all of this stuff if some woman is running in trying to save the day. Stop doing this. Stop being their cleanup woman. So this woman says, I'm seeing a pattern. A lot of Black women are okay with being a servant in a relationship and they are raised to become one. The kid is being disrespectful because he sees how the father is treating you. Stop raising your daughters to be servants. All right. And the final comment that I want to give, and this was on my YouTube page. The sad thing is, she doesn't realize how lucky she is that he wants a divorce. She would waste her life trying to give that man a baby. When the son told me I was nothing to him, I would stop doing anything for him. All righty, y'all. That's the update. Go ahead, drop a like, comment, and share.